Hey, Daniel, Patrick here with Drive Interactive Group. Just want to say thanks for reaching out to my Facebook post about the website audits. I've got your website here, so let's just go ahead and dig in. First thing that I see that I noticed, which is really, really awesome, is your logo. It's really, really in depth, and it's fantastic. The size of it stands right out. You have number one roofing specialist up here. You have get a free quote here. This video, I watched this video and it's phenomenal. It's always great to have video on your website. Definitely helps with rankings, especially when they're YouTube videos, because I don't know if you know this or not, but YouTube is actually owned by Google, and so anytime that you put YouTube videos on your website, Google likes that. So I thought that was fantastic. You talk about your story. What your vision is. You have brief synopsis of what kind of options there are, your commitment, your values. I mean, I really think all this is important because at the end of the day, there's a lot of roofing companies out there, and what you basically kind of have to sell yourself instead of selling your products and your service. Because if people like you, then they're definitely gonna choose you to put on new roofs. So. Really think it's awesome that you're an insurance, that you put down something about insurance specialists and trying to help clients with getting their insurance company to take care of their roofs. You have your services down here. Contact. You got to subscribe. I don't know if you have a newsletter or not, but make sure you have that. Phone numbers here. It's clickable. It's good. Hours. It's good 24/7, 365. You're good with that. I might want to put out just go ahead and put out Monday, 24 hours, Tuesday, 24 hours. Just looks a little bit more professional than the 24/7, 365. And then you have your a map here as well. So let's kind of look at some things as far as the website's concerned. What I did is I ran a scan, and what the scan does is it basically tells me what your website's telling the search engines to look for when they're coming to find your website. And so number one most important thing in your website is making sure that you have a title tag. And so what we found, actually, if I did a search, let's see, what is it, Reagan and Mitchell? Let's just look at it. Reagan and Mitchell Roofing. If I did a search for your company, right, you have Reagan and Mitchell Roofing and roofing, shingles, and gutter. And then you have Reagan and Mitchell Roofing and Exteriors, combined 20 years of experience in the roofing industry. So if we go back to your website, probably going to find that information right here. Because you do not have what's called the meta description. The title tag, I couldn't find it, but if we go here, you see that here, meta description, it just says roofing exterior contractor. You don't have anything here, and so that's why Google is taking this information from your R stories. So most importantly, title tag, you need to update that. So what I always try to do is pick your main service, which is probably residential roofing, and then your area. And so I know you're located in Magnolia. If that's the area that you service most often, then I would put residential roofing and exteriors in Magnolia, Texas, Reagan and Mitchell Roofing. Something like that for your title tag. Obviously, you don't want to go more than the 70 characters. And then the meta description, you want to get in and talk about the different services that you offer. So I know you put them down here, but go ahead and talk about, residential, commercial roofing in Magnolia, Texas. We also specialize in exteriors, siding, solar, whatever it is. But you don't want to go over the 320 characters right here. So the other thing that I noticed is you don't have what's called an H1 tag. And what this does is H1 tag is basically tells the search engines what that particular page is all about. So when you have multiple pages, you're going to have, each page should have an H1 header and only one. And so since you don't have one, you would want to create one, make sure it's on there. I would probably use something like You always want to, you have number one roofing specialist. That's probably good. Maybe put top residential roofing company in, Magnolia, Texas. I think that would be good. Or roofing and exteriors, um, you know, roofing and exteriors in, Magnolia, whatever. But, something along those lines, for sure. So next thing I want to talk about is content. So according to this here, it looks like you have 664 words on your homepage. You see roofing, you see Reagan, Mitchell, insurance. You can kind of see the 2-word phrases, 3-word phrases. Most websites, especially that are ranking on page 1, are typically going to have anywhere between about 1,500 and 2,000 words on their homepage. And I know it seems like a lot, but there's ways to kind of move the content around so it doesn't look all stuffy, and you still get a really good feeling website. The other thing I would do is, and this all bases down on the whole fact that the number one ranking item that you can do for a website in Google's eyes is to add high quality content. So, not only adding that content to the homepage, but I would even be inclined to add some service pages. Add service pages for commercial roofing, and add another page for residential roofing, exterior painting. Have a page for each of these services that you provide, and I would suggest 500 words minimum for each of these services. And that's only just going to help with your rankings, and getting your, because you're talking about the services and using these keywords, and that's what Google will start finding and seeing is, you're starting to use the same keywords throughout the website, and that's what's going to help with your online rankings. So I did look for roofing Magnolia, Texas. And I searched and I searched and I actually went all the way to page 10, and I didn't find you guys. And I think a big reason of that is because you don't have those title tags and H1 tags and so on and so forth. So the other thing I wanted to bring up too is talking about your Google My Business listing. It looks like it's unclaimed, and if that's the case, then you're missing out on business. So what you should do is type in, this, and go to maps, and then come down here and click claim your business, and go in and go through the process of claiming your Google My Business listing. So because you don't have one, you're not going to show up in this maps portion here. And this gets roughly about 25% of all clicks, just these top 3 spots. So having that Google My Business listing is extremely important. It doesn't cost a thing to set up, which is great, but it is a very, very, very important aspect of your online presence. So the last thing that I wanted to bring up, and I don't know how keen you are on this, but I noticed that your website's built on the GoDaddy platform. And unfortunately, GoDaddy's platform is not very conducive to being able to rank online. They limit the amount of HTML, and I'm sorry to get technical on you, but they limit the amount of HTML that you're able to edit, and therefore you'll never be able to rank against a site that's built on a different platform just because of that. So if you probably it'd probably be best if you look into possibly moving your website before you even update it, or when you're updating it, go ahead and build it on a different platform. In any event, I hope you found this informative. If you'd like to talk further about some options that we might have to help you out, I'd be more than happy to jump on a phone call with you. But just wanted to create this video for you. Like I said, hope you found it informative, and hope you have a good night. Take care. Bye-bye.